Hey, Mark.
What?
Oh, you're going to regret that one. So, your toilet just became sentient. But you get two choices.
Mm-hmm.
Either your toilet fiends for your waste.
Mm-hmm.
Or it despises it.
Oh, God.
Your choice. Sentient toilet.
So,
You cannot replace it with a new one unless it dies.
can it, like...
You can't kill it with filling it with shit
Is it
either.
gonna bully me to poop in it more?
Huh?
Is it gonna, like, bully me to poop in it more?
Yes. Like, if you walk by... It's gonna catcall you when you walk by the bathroom. If you don't, like, close the door.
But if the other one... If I, like, go anywhere near it, it's gonna talk shit.
Yeah, it's gonna be like, oh, great, here's your tiny penis having ass again to shit in me. Great. You know, your asshole looks like size of a... I don't know. It probably just makes fun of your asshole some creative way, I imagine. It'd probably be really good at it.
Shit looks like a fucking cave spelunking expedition.
I'll even dare throw in for the show that sentient toilet has memory of its entire life so far.
So I would probably want it to, like, crave my...
You would want it to be like, Mark, come fill me with shit, baby.
Come shit in me, Daddy.
Come shit in me,
Can you
baby.
change its voice and stuff? Like,
You could make it...
Is it fully programmable?
Okay, here's the deal.
Can you make it like Scarlett Johansson's voice?
No. All right. Here's... I'm going to throw this one in on just for that. You asked my question. You get one button on the side, and it randomizes the voice, the gender, and the accent.
So I could get some Australian dude named Jerry.
I mean, I guess no, it wouldn't change its name. I guess.
Oh, so I get to name
It would have a
the
consistent
fucking...
attitude too. So like, it wouldn't change much at all. It's a fucking toilet.
So it has an attitude.
Like, no, I'm saying like whether it's male or female or no matter what, you know, it's not going to give off some cockney attitude that way, but it'll just sound.
It's not going to get mad.
It's going to be boring.
Misgendered.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's.
Well,
I think that's easy to say. I guess I've seen very feminine toilets and I've seen very masculine toilets. I think that's a hard one to pick.
Yeah, I guess.
Are like normal toilets the gender neutral right in the middle? Are they the yellow onesie because they don't know what they're having yet?
I don't know.
It's because the kid was conceived in a train car and probably doesn't have a social security number yet.
Oh,
Still has like a crusty umbilical cord.
There's a loud little child running through the building.
Yeah, that happens. But I'm Nick.
And this is Mark.
What?
This is Mark?
Who?
I'm going to kill you.
This is Nick.
And this is Mark. And this
is the Guns and Gory podcast. Hey! Guns and Gory! Shut the fuck up! Mark.
What?
I got to see Bert Kreischer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, it was awesome.
Was it?
Oh, it was a complete surprise.
Uh-huh.
I knew what state we were in.
I knew about the surprise.
I figured. Thank you for not telling me or dropping any hints or...
Yeah.
I intentionally pointed my attention elsewhere and let her completely surprise me about this. I wanted to be surprised, and I absolutely was. I would have never guessed it.
Going in that direction, I would have probably... Like, me personally, I would have been able to figure it out. Oh, I'm going to Cleveland right now.
As we were approaching the event, I started guessing the correct genre thing. Look how close I had to get. It's like a fish already having the fucking hook in its lip going, I think we're getting caught. Like, no.
Yeah.
So, it was awesome. He's a great performer.
Did you get to meet him?
No, I did not, unfortunately.
You could have like told his people that you wanted to touch his pee-pee, and they might have let you back.
I'm sure something like that would have. I actually plan on like doing some kind of reaching out and seeing if maybe Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura would like to come to Pennsylvania and have a machine gun day.
They're not gonna do that.
Oh yeah, you don't think that they'd be interested in shooting machine guns from
know,
World War II?
How the fuck are you gonna get a hold of them? They have so many people like.
I mean, they get a hold of a lot of people for a lot of different things, and if I'm offering a pretty much free machine gun day, why not?
That's fair
Exclusive for them and for us.
That would be cool, I suppose.
That would be really cool. That is definitely an offer that is on the table. So hopefully,
I saw you like posted something on.
Oh, dude, I'm nuts about it. Like, I unfortunately don't have enough time to like steadily watch their podcast, so I didn't know like his schedule. Once again, why I was so surprised.
A podcast. Oh, so they're rivals of us?
No, they're not rivals.
Oh no. Fuck these guys.
Yeah, no,
fuck
no,
that
no,
guy.
No. These guys, I would if one of them called my phone right now and said, "Hey, do you want your podcast to be under our network umbrella?" I would lose my shit. I would be more excited than if we hit the lottery.
I mean, the lottery is probably a bigger
sum of money, but this will be way more fun. Could you imagine?
The chances of winning the lottery are probably higher.
No, I don't think so. Yeah. I think we got pretty good chances. I don't know.
I don't know.
Do you like our podcast? Do you listen to it? Do you brush your teeth to this shit? Because I fucking do. I do, Mark.
I do listen to the podcast.
Do you brush your teeth to it, though?
No.
Do you brush your teeth?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Wait.
I usually listen to it at work or in my car.
Oh, okay.
Just kind of...
What do you listen to while you brush your teeth? Now you got me curious.
I don't listen to anything.
Well, now you need to listen to the podcast.
I don't want to do that. You're freaking me the fuck out now. This isn't even... We're talking about other stuff tonight.
I know. I'm just talking about the Bert Kreischer thing for now. But, yeah.
So
Segue. Speaking of segues, we got the opportunity to watch most of my children bleed this evening on those awesome hoverboards.
2 of them.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
They have real bad hand-eye coordination.
Yeah, blood of the innocent was spilled this evening for sure, and not in a culty way. Thank God.
While my child's like just riding around circles in them,
super skilled. Like, yeah.
Well, it's only because she's had one for like a year.
No. You know what your daughter is in this scenario? You remember Napoleon Dynamite, where they go to the dojo and they're trying to get like the karate lessons, and the dude just keeps smacking Kip in the back of the head.
Isn't that like Sensei Ken?
Yeah, bow to your sensei. He's like, bow to your sensei. Well, your daughter is the bow to your sensei dude, and Kip is all my boys this evening. So she was just rolling in circles and smacking it like she may as well have been.
If this were Cobra Kai, Allie would be Spike. She's a vicious little one.
Yeah, I know.
Vicious.
Can see it in her eyes.
So this one's going to be toned down tonight compared to the last one.
Well, in all fairness, the events changed the entire country.
That is very true.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what we're talking about, you probably don't. Because we name our fucking episodes in crazy-ass names that make you, like, go, huh?
Right.
We're talking about the assassination of...
Assassination
of JFK.
John Fitzpatrick Fitzgerald.
Well, more like the conspiracy of it.
And the gun-related part of it.
And the gun-related part of it. Because there's a lot of
the conspiracy is interesting.
There's some things that don't make sense.
And before you start, I want to say, as of a year ago, now I haven't kept up to date with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I know some of our listeners definitely have, and so we were supposed to receive new information on unreleased or
documents were released. Huh?
Yeah, unredacted or whatever. What were they? Declassified? Yes. Yeah. They were declassified, and now I know that they were released, and like it caused a lot of other questions to be asked, and I know that those are very interesting. I'm not completely ignorant to the whole subject. It's just I don't have that information off the top of my head. So there was a lot of theories of what was going to be revealed as well, document wise. Because documents say a lot of things, even though quite simply we are talking about a couple pieces of metal that went through our former president's head. Other parts
were
of the
they
body.
from multiple guns though?
I believe so.
Well,
Here we
there.
go. We'll get there.
So,
Gosh.
we gotta kind of, if you don't know JFK, or you need a little refresher.
And we're not getting into all those stupid fucking facts about JFK and Lincoln. We're not getting into that. That's
shit.
the last time you'll hear Lincoln tonight.
All right, so that's going to cut 30 minutes off of this episode.
Oh, no.
No, I'm kidding.
I just killed? No, I know.
No.
That's funny as hell, though.
We're just kind of skimming a little bit today. There's so much stuff on JFK, you could literally go for days. And
oh, yeah.
All right, so John Fitzgerald Kennedy was born in May 29th, 1917. He comes from a very prominent family. If you haven't heard of the Kennedys, then
even people that don't live in this country, I think
there's bands named after them.
Right, Dead Kennedys.
Dead Kennedys. I got a Dead Kennedys tattoo.
Yep.
Very cool. Very cool. He was the 35th president, the youngest president ever elected.
I bet that's not true. Oh, Nick's got a stupid fact segue.
Oh God, what?
Oh, how's this work?
What's not true?
He wasn't the 35th president of the United States.
He wasn't known as JFK?
He was the 30th.
Oh, because of the first one.
No. He wasn't. No, he wasn't. He was the 34th president of the United States. He was the 34th person to be president of the United States. It's always off after a certain president.
Did you know the first president was a black man or something like that?
Yeah, that's the first president of the Americas.
He wasn't like the president, but he was essentially the president.
I know all of them. I hate when you go down south and everybody's like, yeah, well, the South had their own president. Like, I'm like, I don't care.
Did for
no one cares
for a period of time.
Right, I know that, but like, no one really cared, even back then.
Okay, so he was like the 34th, 35th.
So he was the 34th person to be president.
Some silly shit.
He was it was
34th person. So was a robot a president or some shit?
How it happened is that there was a guy that
George
was
Washington's
president
dick got
one
a
time.
couple years.
He was president one time for one term. He was not president that immediate next term, and then became president again. So he counts as two spots.
I got you.
So it's always really off. So yeah, it kind of tests how like nitpicky of an American you are.
Like Trump, people were thinking Trump's gonna do that, where he's gonna get elected again.
I mean, so he could technically be the 40 whatever, and then this one. Yeah, it's stupid the way it works, but it's all in the wording.
He was the youngest president ever elected.
Yep. And
he was the youngest at the end of his reign. Because, he died.
Oh, yeah.
He died.
There was a time earlier, I do want to share this with our listeners. There was a time earlier where Mark was talking about, did you know he wrote a book? And talking about JFK. And I'm like, do you mean did he write it before or after he died? Or after the assassination is what I said. And it took Mark just like a second, like a whole second.
I've had a rough day, okay? He was a Democrat. He was elected at the height of the Cold War. That would always be super fun.
Yeah, right.
He was born in Brookline, Massachusetts. He graduated from Harvard in 1940, and he joined the Naval Reserve in 1941. He commanded PT boats in the Pacific Ocean. He survived the sinking of PT-109, rescued some of his fellow sailors. Seamen.
Yeah.
I
knew you were going to laugh. I will admit, I know a lot of dudes in the Navy, and I can't ever, when I'm like writing something nice, I cannot put semen in the correct context.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to giggle every time. I can't.
He survived the sinking of PT-109, rescued some of his fellow sailors, but it left him with serious injuries. He tried journalism, but ended up representing a district in Boston in the U.S. House of Representatives from 1947 to 1953.
Almost in one whole breath.
Well, I had to hiccup.
If it would have rhymed, it would have rapped.
1953, he was elected onto the United States Senate and served as a junior senator for Massachusetts until 1960. He published a book that won a Pulitzer Prize called Profiles in Courage. I'm not sure what it's about. Probably his, tenure in the military, right?
Read something like that. I didn't come across it in my research, I will admit.
I didn't
name that direction.
Know.
I was interested that he wrote a book, yeah.
But that is very interesting. It's probably boring. Stuff like that always is.
I mean, but there's always there's always stuff that comes out later that you add to the stories. Yeah, I'm sure it is.
He ran for the 1960 presidential election. He was part of the first presidential debate on television and gained a lot of steam after that.
That's right. That was a big deal. I remember learning that in school.
Because people were real weird about him because he was all young and stuff.
I had good history teachers.
He narrowly beat old Ronald Reagan. Real close. It was real close. Tens of thousands, I think.
Yeah, something crazy.
He was the first Catholic president.
Yep.
He was the president that authorized multiple operations to take down the Cuban government, including the Bay of Pigs, which resulted in the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Hey, would you believe me if I told you that I know people that were involved in that?
And what part of it were they involved?
Oh no, am I misremembering? I would hate to bring it up and then be wrong.
Is it the guy on comms?
No, no. These are people. They have stories of being in South America and down there. Noriega, I might be wrong.
Oh shit.
Noriega's a name.
Some old spec ops.
Yeah. So a little after this, right? Because I was doing some of the research. I do want everybody to know, how I remember so much from what I've learned over the years, and then I had to Google a lot for the numbers and whatnot. So I was curious because AR-15s are a really big thing.
Yeah.
All the custom stuff, a lot of the retro stuff is very much sought after right now. Mm-hmm. So oddball stuff that Spec Ops dudes did back then, how they mounted flashlights to shit with duct tape. That's all being observed right now, and. The AR, the M16 wasn't adopted by the U.S. military until 1964. JFK was shot in 1963. So, what I was thinking about, what was the AR or the M16 platform like when the day Kennedy died? Unfortunately, it was still on the.
Yeah, but it was prototyped at that point, right?
Yeah, there was definitely prototypes. There's a few that Remington owned.
The old Armalite.
Mm-hmm. I believe there's a few in the Remington collection. I think that's right. I'm probably wrong, and I don't think anybody's gonna correct me, unfortunately. But they have one of the earliest ones, and then the AR-10. But that was primarily an Armalite gun.
You know what?
So those guns existed in his time.
The first AR was actually used to kill JFK.
Yeah,
those are facts. You don't have to look it up.
No, yeah.
I have it all figured out.
Do not Google it. Don't Bing it. Don't ask Siri.
Yep. Don't ask anybody.
I do want to test.
End of the episode.
Yeah.
So it was nice talking to you guys.
That's all, folks. Ba-deep.
Hey, all you dirty listeners. Remember when your mom told you to clean behind your ears as a kid? And you didn't listen? You little nasties. Now, with the evolution of the internet and some space science, plus a little help from that Bezos Amazon, you can buy hot and ready, ethically sourced air potatoes delivered right to your very own door. Come check us out.
Have you ever watched somebody play a video game in absolute silence and watch them get really frustrated over a scene, and then you just catch it out of the side of your... It's like when a kid is doing it and they're raging out to a game and you're like, you're a noob. You do that a lot. I bet you do. Even your own kid. Yeah.
So he supported the civil rights movement.
Of course. Yeah.
He didn't like keeping secrets from people or whatever. He wasn't all about them secret government operations.
Yeah, the CIA
and he
wasn't.
Talked out against it.
He didn't have fans in the FBI or the CIA.
He did not have fans. which goes into some of the conspiracy.
Of course.
He was a slut with Marilyn Monroe.
Oh man! All right, I have a tangent for poor Marilyn Monroe.
Okay.
I think it deserves. It's something that deserves to be talked about.
So wait, he cheated on Jackie with Marilyn Monroe, right?
Yeah, there's the whole thing of where they did it and the
dirty little dog.
Right. And like that's what's wild about it is like you look at the logistics behind it and it's funny because it's like of course you're gonna bang Marilyn Monroe 9 ways to Sunday.
Yeah,
he's JFK.
Jackie was kind of cute, wasn't she?
Well, of course they all were, but blonde here, brunette there. I get it. I'm not saying I condone it, but I can respect. But the thing I want to talk about Marilyn Monroe is this.
Old Norma Jean.
I have something very respectful I want to bring up about her.
Hold on, can I say something real? I'm gonna.
Oh, go for it.
God, I hope nobody kills me for this.
Oh boy,
her eyes are a little far apart. Jackie's.
No, I mean some people will dig it and some people don't.
Her
a
eyes
lot
are
of people
just like a little bit too far apart.
That's kind of funny. But listen,
it kind of looks like a shark almost.
So Marilyn Monroe,
so I used to think. Go ahead.
I used to think a lot of cool things about dudes like Hugh Hefner. Because they hung out in pajamas all day, had all those people. Like, the Playboy Mansion was sold to us when we were kids.
Yeah, man, you know what? If I hang around in pajamas all day, I'm a fucking bum.
Yeah, like, excuse me? Kiss my ass? I pay my taxes,
fucking like, flick my dick.
Right. So, I actually have, like, zero respect for Hugh Hefner any longer. Because I found out that what had happened. Well, yeah, he's very weird, but this is my main like thorn in my side. So his whole thing with Marilyn Monroe, the very first copy of Playboy or the very first issue, is her. So that's cool, but she didn't get any. She didn't get any money from it.
How much do you think one of those is worth? If you have the first.
I think they hover a little over $1,000 right now. Last time I checked. Yeah, that's a dated question.
Do they have like full frontal?
I don't know. You can Google it. I'm sure. I would love to have it for collector's value.
They didn't show no bodacious booty. I'm guessing.
I'm okay. So what I can guarantee you is that there are no pictures of like Marilyn peeing on anything, like spread eagle, just like arcing it. I mean, I'm sure somebody's kind of done like a mock video, but I'm not paying for that kind of content on OnlyFans. Crucio.
I hate those spiders.
Oh, that was a good spin move. That was sexy.
I hate those spiders.
Yeah.
Well, Z's not feeling great tonight, so she's playing some Harry Potter while we.
And she's fighting her own controller.
Yeah,
that controller.
You know what though? Throwing out them spells and shit, it gets to start hurting. Looks like she only has the one spell bars too. You can actually get to where you can go between like 16 different spells real quick.
I haven't started it yet. I wanted her to get a little bit further herself before I start like scooting up behind her because I don't know how much I'm gonna get into it. Yeah. So the thing I wanted to mention was that so while he was weird for a lot of and fucked up for a lot of things, in Marilyn Monroe's death, Hugh went to the poor widow of the man who was above Marilyn Monroe. She is in a tomb in a wall, like in a mausoleum. That's the word. And offered her a stupid amount of money for her husband's plot. And all she had to do was say, I want my husband's body moved over here. She could buy another plot, move him over. Here you go, Mr. Hefner. So he is forever on top of her.
What a fucking
I know. Isn't that like... It's like I remember you're the first person ever to call me a beta male when we were kids, and I didn't even know what it meant. And then when I learned what it meant, it made me want to beat the shit out of you. Like it didn't give me like nerd rage. It made me want to like show you how much of a beta male I am because we had already went tit for tat a couple times.
Alpha male.
Oh, but then I knew. Mark. But I knew at the same time. At least you taught me what that word or what that term meant.
I just do that shit to piss people off.
Oh yeah, mind you, I was like what, 13,
12?
14.
No,
I didn't know that until then. I'm not a beta male. But
I said little baby boy.
How baby boy. How
little baby bird.
How fucking like creepy is that? Like he is above her
Yeah, no,
forever.
that's real fucking...
I hope she comes back.
That's one
from
hell
the
of a
dead
power
and
move.
Shits all over his grave.
One hell of a power move.
I know, right? Ugh.
So we going back to old JFK.
Old JFK. Old Johnny. Yeah, he was a pretty great president. I've always heard great
Dude, his whole
things
family's
from both
fucking
sides.
cursed.
Yeah, the curse of the families and shit.
Not-
They always had their hands in
Yeah.
weird shit too. The
And
mob.
There's
pissing
the
them off, too.
what you were referred to very briefly, the similarities between Lincoln.
Oh yeah,
and
all that
JFK.
goofy shit. And most of
Why is
it's
it
like,
the 100-year curse or something like that? Is that what it's called?
yeah, something that's worth talking about. Yeah, the 100-year curse thing.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not going in on any of that tonight.
No,
We're just
we're talking about much more of the blood and guts of it. I will admit,
We're
like,
doing some guns.
while you were talking, I found like the autopsy pictures, which are there's only a few of them. There's like 3
of Mr. JFK.
Yeah, JFK. His like, I'll tell you what, he got canoed, man. He got canoed. So, from
You
my
see
perspective,
part of his head fly past in the one video.
oh yeah, and she's grabbing at
Yeah.
his brain particles and stuff, trying to collect it, like she could
Yeah.
put it back. You know, I get
Maybe
those.
she thought
I'm not making fun of that, by the
she
way.
was gonna do the whole rock thorough,
Oh yeah,
you know, drill a hole in his head. Well, there was already a hole, so all she gotta do is jack off. And
Oh
that
God, no.
shit. Oh,
You know what
crossover.
Can I tell you what I didn't expect? This
What?
is a sidebar, and I don't care a fuck if it's a spoiler.
Okay.
Like, if you came here to not be spoiled by something, I think we have an expectation for our listeners to a certain degree of nerdity. So if you haven't watched or at least know the premise of 11/22/63 with
oh, I know all about it.
yeah, I know you know all about it. That's why I'm bringing it up.
Mr.
Dumbass.
Dave,
Come on. That's how you
David
have a conversation
Franco?
with people.
No,
Yes.
Franco. James Franco.
James Franco, yeah.
That's
So-
Dave's brother.
At the end, when
Stephen
he
King.
came back
Mm-hmm.
to the modern time, and like it was fucked up, everything was all fucked up. I
Yeah.
didn't expect that.
No?
I mean, it made sense. Of course,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. Oh, that's stupid. I'm not disagreeing with the politics of it. It makes sense,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't expect it. And is the book different? Do you know off the top of your head?
I
would
don't
expect
think it is.
You think it is?
I don't,
You don't
think it is. I think it's
Oh.
pretty similar.
It's pretty true to it. Okay,
Yeah.
I've probably looked that up before and found that answer out for myself. But
I mean, I'm not sure. I don't think
I was
I've
su- I
ever
was
actually read
surprised.
the book.
because like,
I
oh,
need
you're
to.
saying that
I
if he would
should.
just continue to be president, that it would have just been anarchy, like.
Yeah, that's...
Especially all the nuclear shit we're talking about in today's day and age. Like, I'm getting real tired of that shit. But
I mean, I don't know. Was he doing crazy shit that he shouldn't
yeah,
have?
I mean, he was getting a lot of attention. Maybe, I mean, a lot of his actions weren't like, I wouldn't call them questionable because he was such a huge influence, huge
Yeah.
thing. But like, I would definitely dare to say that he was probably getting under the skin of the wrong people.
Yeah, yeah, he definitely was. And with that, we're gonna go on a break.
Do we have
Commercial
Do we have a
break.
commercial?
I think we do.
Is this going to be the donut commercial, or is this going to be the tire commercial?
I'm not sure. You know what? It's probably gonna be new though. Hopefully, those other ones are getting kind of. That old guy, he's starting to.
That old
kinda-
guy?
Like, I can't come as
I'm going
hard
to fuck
anymore.
him before he dies. You know
Yeah,
that, right?
nice.
Okay, cool.
I can't live without my Triple Dong Dragon Dildo Plus. It has built-in Bluetooth, USB-C, USB 5, wireless charging, and can even be used as a scrub daddy. Get yours today at tripledongdildos.com or call 1-800-DBL-DONGS with a Z. Get yours with 15% off with the code GGDONGS.
What a wonderful commercial.
That was. Let me see here. Where were we?
Well, I was about to go into the assassination.
You know, just so you know, I want to give you a little bit of experience.
Oh no.
I want you to look up real quick on your magic little tablet there. Tell me, I'm curious, what did JFK have for breakfast?
Yeah, no, that's saying he preferred what
No,
he
come on, you were
preferred.
supposed to play along and say
I'm not
it
gonna
is
play
no-
along with
yeah,
your
you were supposed to say
spreading
well,
of
it is
lies.
Known, it isn't known that
He
that day
preferred
what he preferred.
orange juice, poached eggs on toast, crisp broiled bacon, marmalade, milk, and coffee. But that does not mean he might have had Jackie's pussy and that's it for breakfast. Like,
That's true. I mean,
don't fucking
that and maybe some like. You think he was a cocaine man? That's what we should
I
Google.
don't
Now I
know,
really
man.
want to know.
I don't.
What was JFK's preferred drug of choice? Illicit drug of choice.
Now it's dead.
So now it's
Taco's getting real into this. Alright, so on November 22nd, 1963, Mr. JFK was assassinated in Dallas. Lyndon B. Johnson stepped up to bat, and Lee Harvey Oswald, who was a former Marine, was arrested for the assassination of JFK. But he was shot and killed by Jack Ruby 2 days later in a real sketchy way. Do you know about any of that?
Oh yeah.
Like real sketchy. It wasn't even done like the
Rolled
way it
up on
normally
him.
was.
Wow.
But
Broad
even then,
daylight.
like the prisoner transport, they weren't doing it the way they normally would.
Oh.
Like
Yeah.
they did in broad daylight. They did it on live TV. Like it was real weird and sketchy. Like,
You know
but
what?
you can look up the video and find it real
And
easily.
in that 11/22/63, when they started
Mm-hmm.
talking to Franco's character,
Mm-hmm.
like the way they were talking to him, I'm like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
this they know that this isn't normal, and they're not treating it normal.
Yeah,
It was really neat. It was scary
it
as
was real
fuck.
sketchy.
Oh, it was scary as fuck. If I was in that, like that show, I don't know, was very good at putting me
Yeah,
in his shoes because they kind of made him such a blah, relatable character. I
and they
think.
use a lot of fact on that movie.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Stephen King, he knows a lot about
He knows his
JFK.
stuff.
Like, yeah,
He's
knows
good
his
at
stuff.
detail. It's
Yeah,
detail you
very
notice.
He's good enough, and then he tweaks it just enough to where
Mhm.
it's like, oh shit,
And
what's
it's
the
not
truth?
aliens, thank God.
What's the truth? What's the truth?
Sorry,
it might have been.
Steve.
How do you
Sorry,
know it
Steve.
wasn't aliens?
Was the book Aliens? Was it?
I don't know.
I don't think it was.
Listen,
I don't know if it's part of the whole Dark Tower thing. I don't know. I will admit I'm not a reader enough to know,
It's
and
not.
I'm not.
The
I
Dark
don't-
Tower is like a
all the
different-
amalgamation of some of the other stuff, but not.
No, it's like
11/22/63.
specific. It's a specific series,
No, but it's
but
all.
it brings in a couple other.
I bet
yeah,
it's the
but-
reason why he was able to pass through the time. We'll have to research that. That's an interesting
That's-
one. That's a very dorky.
some real specific questions to ask the Google.
Nah, I'm not gonna Google. We'll
So
find out. We'll update our crowd on
So
that.
Jack Ruby said that he did it to spare Jackie, JFK's wife, from having to face Lee Harvey Oswald in court
That's-
and relive the pain.
That's hot bullshit.
Oh, absolutely.
Hot bullshit.
Oh, he was.
In a second, I wouldn't
He's
even
probably
let him
paid.
finish
He was
that
probably
fucking
paid.
sentence.
It was all fucking. Oh man. Okay, I don't know.
I
don't know.
want
I don't know.
Jackie to
There's
have
so
to go
much.
through that.
I don't know. The FBI and the Warren Commission both concluded that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone. So, here's the story. Lee Harvey Oswald shot JFK 3 times in 5.6 seconds. The first shot missed, one from the back, which exited through his throat, and one in the head. From the Texas School Book Depository where he
Hey.
worked.
Real quick question: which one of those three went into the guy in front of him?
I think it was the second one that came out of his neck.
I thought so. Okay.
Yes, because he hit the governor.
Sorry,
Also.
just to be clear that he wasn't the only one
Yes,
shot that
yes,
day, and
yes.
that is that
He's
the,
the only one that died.
is that the round that is referred to as the magic bullet because it did something weird?
I think it was.
It's like the angle at which it hit
just
him or
doesn't-
some shit like that.
The
Yeah.
ballistics are a little weird.
Yeah, it's a little strange.
So,
But we've all seen it. That's the weird part. Is
so,
like, go ahead.
so, well, if you know anything about guns, the
Mm-hmm.
gun he used was a 6.5 millimeter Carcano Model 9138 that he got for $19.95. $12.88 for the rifle, $7.07 for the scope, and a mail-in catalog.
So the
Because
scope,
these are not good guns.
the scope and the service is where I'll start.
But
read a
wait.
Oh no,
wait,
no,
I
oh.
got more.
This is just about the gun.
But I got more,
Oh, okay. I'm
and
sure you
then
got
we'll
more.
go
about
into that.
Go ahead.
So the shots came from the 6th floor window of the southeast corner of the Texas School Book Depository building. It was 265 feet, and that's like a bit short of a football field. The police picked him up at a movie theater. He denied it and said he was a patsy before he was killed. And the movie he was watching was called Cry of Battle and War's Hell. There were 2 movies playing that day.
You think that correlated with anything?
I don't know.
Even if it was like...
Well, I don't know. It's kind of weird that he, like, you know, they picked him up at a fucking movie theater. Like, that doesn't sound like somebody who just...
I think tactic-wise, you know, not going far but blending in makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, does it make sense that you were there? I guess kind of shit.
Yeah,
So let's
that's all the facts.
No, I got a couple more.
That's
facts.
what I got. Well, yeah, it's not the facts, but
So yeah, it's not everything, of course. So a couple other things I want to bring up to speak about. Well, at least to start off. There are accounts of everyone in all known footage of the event. They tracked down everyone.
mm-hmm.
If you were a kid in a stroller in the background of that video,
Oh yeah,
you probably know it. Actually, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I would dare to say that honestly, how detailed the government was over the years, of course, because of this incident. Oh crap! I had a second one and it was good. It went along with that, but I got that one good, huh? Didn't I? Would you put my dog down, sir?
no.
He got a foot in your face. Anyway,
Are you getting uncomfortable, Taco?
just a little.
He's cool now.
He's cool.
Continue, sir.
So, the other thing, there are people that are unaccounted for in those videos.
Is the guy with the umbrella one of them?
Yeah, the lady in the babushka.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That's why there are people that are of interest, because nobody knows anything about them.
Right, and they're probably dead now.
Oh,
They
yeah.
probably were truly
A
nobodies.
lot of people died
Right, well, of course.
surrounding this whole thing. Very weird,
Very
circumstantial
Very weird, oh yeah.
things.
Such
Very
bullshit. So many quotes that are like, that's hot collar. Oh, that's hot bullshit. No. Oh, it's a patsy.
I wanna
You
talk
probably
about-
were a patsy, but you pressed the trigger, homie. Like, you pressed the trigger in a direction,
Maybe.
and you got caught. Like, I
Maybe.
don't
I don't
not
know.
believe that.
So when he was in the Marines, he was a marksman. He wasn't even like a good. That's like the first, like the, you know, you pass the test,
Mhm.
and then it goes, you know.
I'm having a hard time. So I have a hard time believing
So he
that
wasn't a great shot.
He racked off all 3. Wait, how many total rounds were there again?
3.
3.
In 6 seconds.
In 6 seconds. I don't
6
think
to
that
8
he
seconds.
was the shooter of all 3.
No, didn't the way didn't
You
they
said he missed
find
one, right?
Yeah.
Was it one of the 3?
I don't know. I guess.
Oh shit! Huh.
And then didn't they find bullet
didn't
fragments of a different caliber inside of JFK
eh,
or something like that?
I don't know how that works. I have a very good understanding of how the metallurgy of all of it works, and that ammunition would have been. I have talked to a lot of professionals about this when it comes to the gun. That's why I really wanted to do this one. And for all of you folks that aren't that much into guns, I want you to understand. I'm giving you this information with a scope of interest. I'm not saying, oh yeah, the gun
The
he
gun he
was
used
cool.
was dog shit.
The gun he used was dog shit. I have a former mentor that referred to the Russian sort of equivalent of that gun, the military surplus, and they refer to that as shit sticks.
Yeah.
Those are the Mosin Nagant M9130s.
Oh, yeah.
They refer to them as shit
Oh, I
sticks.
love
Where
them so much.
in comparison, though, I love them for multiple reasons, and I am biased. But then a Carcano, because a Carcano just looks luggy. The Mannlicher Carcano.
How did he hide that? And then I guess
it is a short gun. They are only about it's a carbine.
Okay, well,
it
yeah,
is only
yeah,
about that
that's
long.
true.
So another piece of information I cannot find the article, but I assure you I've read this. Now, if it was false news, I don't believe it could be. This was actually
if it's
printed.
fake news, if it's false news, we're gonna lynch you.
I know. Well, that's fine. I would hope to be lynched for it. So this, I read an article in a very old. I can't remember if it was in a magazine or if it was like copied out of a magazine. But I read it at the gun shop years ago, long time ago, about the gentleman that mounted the scope to the gun. This is his story. From my recollection of it.
To Lee Harvey Oswald's gun?
Right. So he ordered, I can't remember if you said he ordered the gun. I know that's how you got military surplus guns back in the day. You generally ordered them.
You still can.
Yeah, of course. So, especially through magazines and whatnot, catalogs. I have a Henry catalog I'm going through downstairs. So, the guy didn't have any confidence in it holding zero. And he informed Mr. Oswald of that. So, and this account is all it's kind of from his perspective. I believe he is the writer of the article, or the writer of the article I read was directly speaking with him. And so one of the other things he verified was that they were notorious for hang fires. Are you familiar with the hang fire? For those of you at home not familiar with hang fires, is basically when you press the trigger and the gun should go off, click bang.
It takes a second.
No, not a second, milliseconds. It should go off. The hang is you going click and then kind of looking at the gun like a dumbass for a second, and then it goes off, and then the click happens, and it's not.
I've had those.
They're common in some of the stuff we've played on.
M16 is when I saw it.
Oh yeah. You can screw up a trigger and make it do that. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's a little different mechanical wise, but still scary. Not good for accuracy. Not at all. And so after the event, this gentleman was pulled aside by somebody who you mentioned earlier. The Bureau of People that was put together for solving this. Sorry, I know you have it on closer to the tip of your tongue than it is on mine.
No, I don't. It's
there was a
the Warren Commission.
The Warren Commission, thank you. He was approached by the Warren Commission, and they were very, very aggressive with him, and they gave the rifle to him, and they wanted him to look at it. He was the last man to look at it. Now, they were talking about indicting him, talking about like freezing all of his assets. They threatened this man in his time. I mean, obviously I might be using some modern terminology there. But they did not come to him with smiles on their faces. Yeah. And so he inspected this gun, and he took it to apparently wherever he was or wherever he worked had an indoor range. And so she's losing feeling in her thumbs from all the now you know our pain.
I offered to play it for her, but she has to do
She's
it
not going to
herself.
take the you'll get it. But anyhow,
I'd even struggle with it.
This gentleman had access to a range, and I believe he fired it. Now, if the account of this is true, that part may or may not be true. What I'm getting at for this last bit here is that he essentially verified that there's probably no way this gun went off.
We should get a hold of one and try to do 3 shots, 3 accurate shots
in 6 seconds.
And
how long? And how far was the shot again?
It was like 250 feet, about a little bit smaller than a football field.
Oh, okay. So I mean, I know.
That's not a huge. It's not.
I know, guys. See,
it's not a real hard shot.
The thing is for common folk, and I don't say that with any arrogance.
You could do that open sights with an AR-15.
I don't want. Yeah, well, I don't want to sound. I don't want you sounding too arrogant about it.
No, I'm not saying I can. Maybe, but
I want to make it clear for the admittedly ignorant listeners we have, just for information.
I know I've shot and hit.
Oh yeah,
metal from that far. Easy.
I've watched you do it with broken guns.
Open sights. Broken guns.
Yeah. So the thing is, shots like that, especially on a moving target, are challenging.
Mm-hmm.
Will you find 9 million deer hunters that can, honestly, you could put the lasso of truth around them and they would, what they'd be saying be the truth? Have they made similar shots while hunting? Of course.
Yeah.
None of them were trying to assassinate the president of the United States,
everybody was going for the grassy knoll because they thought that was like a completely different direction.
There was some weird shit going on there. If you ask me what I personally believe, I don't believe Lee Harvey Oswald fired all 3 shots himself.
He might have done one.
I believe he was responsible for 1, maybe 2, and he was one of them, But there was another shot from the grassy knoll, the umbrella thing. Now, another thing I
saw or heard something about the CIA they were capable of having flechette rounds be projectile out of something like an umbrella. Right. And it could have easily gone through the front of his throat.
So you bring up a really good point here. One of my tabs. Thank you for that great segue. You're such a good teammate sometimes, and I know that's probably a lot. That's probably surprising to a lot of our listeners. I hope you guys are enjoying this. So if you go on the Google machine and type in 1960s CIA secret guns, it's very simple. A lot of tag words, a lot of buzzwords for what we're looking at here.
We got somebody watching us now.
And this is
somebody's gonna walk.
Sadly enough, I have access to
anything
far
nobody ain't ever heard before,
and I have access to some of these things. So, all right, if you Google that and then go to images, we're gonna talk about what comes up. Okay. Now you've seen a lot of these things. I'm just gonna go over it. But one of the top ones is the integrally suppressed, where the grip basically is the magazine, this 9mm. That has been used in assassination shit, sure. It's primarily marketed to dispatch cattle in other countries. This is actually, you can get a modern version of this gun right now for a lot of money. They're very expensive for what they are, and it's a single shot 9mm.
And they had them back then.
Yeah, they were intended for nefarious purposes, of course, because the very first thing.
Isn't that why a lot of things are?
Oh yeah, a lot of firearms regulations came out of the 60s. Yeah, there was a lot of goofy shit made back then. We'll get into that over the years, I'm sure, because we can test fire some of them.
We gotta talk about the ATF at some point.
Oh, what? The boys? Yeah, of course we're gonna talk about the AFT. Oh my gosh, I love the AFT.
I want to go into their history a little bit.
Well, I want to go into their fucking archives. Have you ever seen the videos from that? No. Wilder shit than this, better shit than this.
So they gotta deal with the cartel and shit.
I hate to say it, but the CIA got their ideas from a lot of.
So basically, what we're saying is our government is corrupt.
Very
fuck.
Well,
they are hiding so many things.
So corrupt.
So many things.
So corrupt. So that I don't care. I don't care what your political affiliation is. I want to point this out to you. They went on national television in front of the entire country with straight faces, and they took a gun that has a scope on top, a pistol that has a scope on top of it, and expressed to the world that the bullets that are fired with that gun can cause heart attacks. They call it the heart attack gun.
That's
simple
crazy.
As not.
You know what else was happening all during this time?
Oh boy.
The government was doing MK Ultra around this fucking time.
So guns were getting cool, drugs were getting cool.
Yeah, man, there was a lot of crap. We'll talk about MK Ultra at some point.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, come on, we're gonna at least hold that one off until the next season of Stranger Things.
Oh, we got a while. We're gonna talk about it at some point though.
For sure.
But yeah, so the government was doing all
government super fucked up.
This fucking secret experimentation with drugs and on people and mind control, like that this is a thing. And he wasn't about all these secret things, but you know what, he also probably signed off on a bunch of shit,
ones that he thought were ethically necessary based on his opinion, which is fine. He's the president, I guess. We trusted him to do that. See this picture, this picture, this picture, this picture, this picture. all of these are of the same gun. All these guys are holding the same gun. It's when they fucking went on TV, and then the motherfuckers handed the gun around. So that other, I'm sure, state representatives, senators, I mean, other better educated people than me know who these men are, probably off by heart. But they admitted that they had this, CIA, back in, I believe it was back in the 1960s. Other things that they had available were integrally suppressed 22, the high standard HDM pistol. Awesome gun, makes a lot of sense. Not a whole lot to it. It's a surprise.
Why weren't any of these used on him? They gotta make it look like a regular Joe so it doesn't look suspicious.
Well, these are the kind of things that you have to be up close and personal to kill somebody with.
Well, the guy with the elevator, that guy with the umbrella was close enough.
This kind of umbrella, you mean?
Yeah, it's like a legitimate thing.
Oh, absolutely. So
look up the guy with the umbrella for the GFK,
now
the JFK.
I also want to give a little added bonus for both gun people and non-gun.
Hold on, wait 1 second. Now, Lee Harvey Oswald, his wife was Russian.
Oh yes,
and he did live in Russia for 3 years. He wanted to be part of it, but they didn't. He didn't have anything special about him, so they were like, "Nah."
He was. The coolest thing about him was that he was a Marine. That was about it. Like
he was just a standard old jarhead.
So. The umbrella gun, guns like that nowadays would be considered what is called AOWs, any other weapons. That classification, it's a federal thing. It's not you need a special license for it. You just apply for what is a $5 tax stamp, and that gives you access to things like pen guns.
Yeah, the ones that fold in half.
Basically, the long and short of it is if it can be fired as a firearm without looking like a gun, then it's probably an AOW.
Oh, yeah.
If you fired an MP5 from a briefcase, and especially if the briefcase didn't kick out the shells, which they exist, you can own them, you shouldn't put your MP5 in it if you don't own a machine gun. If it's not a machine gun, I'm pretty sure you shouldn't be screwing with those boxes. Basically, if the item you're putting in it isn't a class 3 item.
I want a pen gun.
I want a pen gun too. I am kind of working on a pen gun. I'll let you know that.
Those aren't...
Because it is just a $5 tax stamp. I believe I can e-file it. I apologize. I don't sound like the professional I am.
If you can get one, can you get me one too?
No, because I'll have to do all the paperwork to do it. So you can just play with mine, just like if you got something cool and I would play with it. Do you think there's a reason I don't have a guitar? Because I'll just play with yours if I really want to.
No, the fuck you ain't putting your grubby ass fingers on my gorgeous fucking guitar.
You want to know what I do to your guitars when you're not looking?
You don't do anything.
The whole thing.
Come to my house.
That's what you think. The dogs let me in.
Oh yeah.
Why do you think? Sure. Why do you think they were so excited to see me? Listen, I rub my dick all over all of your guitars
and my drum set
and your drum set. Yes, just see you got it. Just like in Step Brothers. I'm gonna rub my nutsack on your drum set.
He doesn't actually touch any of that stuff.
He's not entirely telling the truth. Now he's like really paranoid. He's like, if Nick's dick comes near my guitar again, I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah, I will.
Is it because it makes your guitar gay?
Yeah.
You're worried about making your guitar gay?
Yes.
All right, Alex Jones of the fucking Guns and Gory podcast. Nick's balls are gonna make all the guitars gay for Mark Hodge. Oh God.
Have you ever gone to change your adult diaper, sniff it, and think, why can't I taste this? Well, today you can, with our new scented and flavored adult diapers. Now you can smell and taste all the wonderful tastes and smells of normal diapers with a twist. Try the new Lemon Zing, or maybe the Fanny Fruit Punch. We have 6 flavors in all, so get to the store and join the party today.
I think you're gay.
Yeah, I wonder that from time to time. It's usually when I'm having a good time, though, right?
Yeah, I mean...
You ever just wanted to kiss a man?
No.
Out of excitement. No. Not like pee-pee heart excitement.
No, I don't like people touching me, remember?
I'm talking about you're the one doing the touching.
Yeah, no, what? I don't want to touch anybody
I've definitely
either.
Kissed you
out
of
I'm
excitement.
going to fucking touch somebody and their skin's going to be all fucking sweaty or some shit. Sweaty.
Mark experimented with a lot of the MK Ultra drugs. Just so everybody knows. He did it when he was in a cult.
I wasn't in a cult.
I'm sorry. If you want to delete that scene, you can, I know you were in that cult.
I wasn't in
That's
a cult.
That's why we had the cult.
Which cult was it?
The conspiracy theories is honestly just because it's fun.
Wait, which
Which cult were you in? You tell me, bro. I know you experimented with those drugs. Now you think guitars are gay.
No, I think you're
You think
gay.
I'm gay? I have
and
more
you're
kids than you.
touching
I have more
my-
kids than you. Is that
Ooh.
just good cover? That's what I used to tell my dad all the time. I'm like,
Yeah, I've had
you're-
people tell me I'm a
You're
fag.
gay. I hate
like,
that.
oh.
I hate that so bad that fag is such a derogatory.
buddy,
I know
I'm-
that's gonna have to be bleeped, but I feel bad that it's such a derogatory term because I feel like gay men specifically should be their derogatory term.
Meanwhile,
That's how I
I'm like-
truly feel about it. Like
Meanwhile,
they
I'm
should
like
be allowed to
fucking
say
their
it.
sister or some shit.
Well, whatever.
No, I'm kidding. I don't think I've ever been in that situation.
Oh! I do want to bring up. I'm so sorry.
Hold on, have we even finished with?
No! Hell no, we're not done yet.
Okay,
Come
well,
on, bro.
yeah,
Listen,
but we
check
still
this
have.
out.
We're still talking about JFK.
Yeah, we are.
And that bullshit.
And there's some cool gun shit. Hold on, we're not even into it. So I talked about the guy. Another cool little thing from the past is if you remember the movie Inglourious Bastards with the glove gun, the punch gun. That was a real thing.
It was a
too.
real thing.
Yeah, there was only a handful
Ooh.
of them made.
Some of the
is
guns they
story
came up
those.
with back then are real bad.
Well, there's a lot of historic guns that find their ways in weird places.
But none of these were used during the JFK assassination.
No. None of them were. It was just I wanted to point out what the CIA kind of like
they were
had up their
capable
sleeve. And what they were notable of in that era. Because as I said, I didn't want to talk about the AR or the M16.
So they had to make it look like a normal Joe Schmo did it, though.
Right, and him being a patsy makes a lot of sense with, I believe, what is it, the contacts between
It just doesn't.
him and Bill Ruby,
so
right?
For him to get from what? I read something or I heard something where, like, to get from where he needed to be to where he was, the time didn't make sense.
Between
it took
what?
too long. Like, to get from, what is it, from, I think it might
From
be from
after
the
the shot?
shooting. Yeah.
From after the shooting
to
the
the
theater.
movie theater, and I think he bought a pack of cigarettes or something like that too.
But
like the timing, it just didn't like add up or some shit.
I'm willing to bet that is just kind of gobbledygook because
But this is the thing.
you're asking all these
just
people
killed-
to have all of their watches synchronized, which I know a team of those people can agree.
Well, yeah.
But can everybody else agree with that team? No. That would be my question of it, and I don't think that's very far-fetched.
There's
Everybody's watching me a
descriptions.
couple minutes off.
People have descriptions of him leaving the building, and it doesn't
Like
match
the
up.
timing doesn't match
His,
up. That's
his
you're going
the
off people's
descriptions
hearsay.
don't match. Like there's
You're-
a lot of stuff. It's
You're
just
also
like,
asking yourself how many people didn't give a shit until
well,
after
yeah, that's
JFK was
true,
dead.
and that's true.
Right, and so they paid attention. Did you give a shit about the Twin Towers before they fell?
No, I didn't.
Until you,
really
unless you like
give a-
saw them
yeah,
in
no.
movies, you probably wondered what went on there. Maybe at the very.
I mean,
least.
when it happened, I was like, "Oh, that's
Oh shit! Oh
terrible,"
yeah, of
but
course.
then
It's
I
terrible,
didn't
but
give
you
a
didn't
shit
know
about
it
him
before.
but
Well,
I didn't
yeah.
give a shit about him afterwards. Either.
Well, yeah, no more, no less. I mean, all the people that died. Sure, it sucks, but
so many people were like, "Oh my god!"
yeah, it became. I mean,
everybody
it's
becomes very
a lot
patriotic.
of people. So, well, my point of that was
During
is that
these
I
times.
believe that the patriotism behind that has died down 9/11, and that only
Yeah.
happened. But there's still a
Can't-
lot of patriotism behind.
Melt
JFK.
steel beams
Oh my gosh.
with jet fuel.
That's another episode.
That is another episode.
It's another episode. Do you remember where you were on 9/11?
I was in school.
You were. I was in school too. I was in gym.
We were like,
My hand was freshly
I wasn't-
touching my penis
I was not in
as the
gym.
towers fell.
I was not touching any peni.
Did you know that? Oh, check this out. You know 7 Degrees of Kevin Bacon?
No.
I can relate all of this, all of what we said, to 9/11. Here we go.
Wow,
You ready?
That's really cute.
So what was it? Oh, Gerard Way.
Mm-hmm.
His Umbrella Academy
Yeah.
has the guy on the grassy knoll.
Yeah.
Has the whole JFK
Oh,
thing
yeah.
involved in it. It also is the reason the reason that My Chemical Romance exists
Oh yeah,
was due to
I remember
9/11.
seeing- Yeah, I saw that.
See, this is the shit, the newer, like, fucking Lincoln JFK facts.
Yeah.
Those are stupid. These are cool to me.
I mean,
To us. So if we didn't have 9/11, we wouldn't have My Chemical Romance. If we didn't have My Chemical Romance, we probably wouldn't have the Umbrella Academy. Didn't have the Umbrella Academy, people would probably not know as much about the JFK shootings, as that at least gives you detail of the real shit that's I mean, he's just taking real facts and giving them explanation.
JFK out there. There's a lot of different conspiracy theories. Me personally, I don't think he was the
I think
only
our
shooter.
government had a lot to do with it. I think
they
the mob,
also.
I think the mob had
Oh
a lot
yeah,
to do with it.
there were suspicions that it was a mob thing.
And I believe the mob grew to regret it.
Maybe.
But
I think if it was anything, it was probably a government.
Right. Well, you have to remember that the mob worked with the government during World War II for good reason.
Yeah.
Like, to help with certain things and whatnot. The mob did
because
not-
once again, our government is corrupt as fuck.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
You know, we need a complete restructure.
You know what else I'd like to point out? No, I'll leave that one for another episode.
Complete restructure.
Complete restructure. I
Stop
agree,
lying
but
to
based on...
We're just a number to them.
I'll tell you what I don't like when they talk to us like we're idiots.
But that's
Because,
always...
yeah.
They use things to distract us. It's always...
Oh, the distractions, yes. I wonder what... do you think you could look that up big enough? I wonder what the distractions
We don't have
of
time
the
for all
media.
that, sir.
No?
We gotta start wrapping it up with
Well,
this.
I don't want to start wrapping it up, man.
We
Kids
got
are cute.
to. Yeah,
Kids are cute.
It
There's
is,
all these girls out here.
It's been a while.
It's been a
Kids
while.
need to go to sleep.
It's been a while since Mark touched
We
my
are at-
penis. So we touched on a lot of that. Some of the ballistic stuff just didn't make sense. The AK guy, Brandon Herrera, he pointed out that a post from Joe Rogan talking about this is supposedly the round, the projectile that went through Kennedy's head, and I thought the motherfucker didn't go through anything.
Yeah,
Because
it literally had like nothing.
it had the forming at the end from the round being crimped into the cartridge or into the shell. And it had rifling on it, and that's it. And Brandon Herrera tried replicating it. We watched the video earlier.
Yeah.
Tried replicating it, and his first try got a bend in it, and even then, see, people, if you don't understand working with metal, or if you've never bent the shit out of something and just tried to bend it back with an educated perspective, things that are made out of like brass, lead, when they get slightly bent like that, they stay that way.
Yeah.
You know, you can still tell it's just a slight, and this thing's perfectly straight. So Brandon Herrera's first round was bent to shit. I mean, it hit.
It don't make sense.
You know, it doesn't make sense when it hits bone, or if it hits metal. I mean, it doesn't make sense when it hits hair. You know, I mean, but you know what would really piss everybody off, as if you brought it up, is watch videos of guys shooting at deer and missing, and having the video clear enough that you can see that round hit a tree branch. And it veered and it completely fucking missed the animal. Yeah, like, one, obviously it's unsafe because you're breaking the rules. Target what's beyond it. Although after the bullet leaves the tip of the barrel, it's like, it's a gamble each time, theoretically. I know a guy that put a really nice 30 caliber hole into a 2x4 because of his height over bore. His scope was so high. And he had his bore. It was right at the end of his suppressor too, and he realized after, he was like,
Such
"How the hell did
rookie
that?"
Mistake.
Yeah, no, not a rookie. Oh no, it was a super professional
If
friend
you got
of mine. We'll have to have
risers,
him on sometime. Yeah,
that-
it's the height over bore.
Yeah.
He wasn't commonly shooting from that position, and he's used to, like, you know, courses, so you kind of get a good idea of an angle and stuff. He was just too comfortable, and put a
okay.
hole. And I'm telling you, the thing is how it was right at the end of the muzzle. It was just a perfect hole. Like, you could have drilled this perfect hole.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Right through the wood.
That's wild.
But, now a rifle like that was an AI.
Oh, yeah.
I will say that. A rifle like that could do exactly what that Carcano did and some.
Oh, yeah.
JFK did come through New Brighton.
He did.
Yes, before the assassination.
Yeah, they just tape him together and pretend he was like fucking.
He did.
Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah, So he came through town, and there's a photograph that exists probably on New Brighton Society or something like that. The building in the background belongs to a friend of mine, Scott.
Yeah.
It's currently the Boba place. Boba tea place, yeah. So you can see it in the background. I remember actually learning that when I was a kid.
Yeah, it was not boba tea then.
It was not boba tea then. It was it was Lion's Den Video.
Oh shit!
Yeah, he was the owner of Lion's Den Video. I mean, he still owns the building, but
yeah.
So I don't know. I like New Brighton history associating with it too.
I
it's
like
a little
New
cool.
Brighton history
A
a
lot
little
of cool shit has happened around here. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, the first brick building ever, or the first brick house ever to be erected in this town is currently on sale and under contract.
And that makes my penis erected.
Yeah, there's no basement.
Really?
Yeah, it was a big turnoff. I like the house. I know the guy that owned it and stuff like
In
that.
Texas, we didn't have basements.
Yeah, I'm not used to that. I like having a basement.
Yeah, when I moved up here, I was like, what the fuck is
What is a basement? And then you liked hiding in it when we shot your AK out of the back porch.
Yeah, see, man, this is the thing. I don't understand. Like, he just killed the fucking president, and he just, like,
I think he had
goes
his
to
path.
the movie theater to
I
hang
think
out.
he just wanted to blend in. I think he had a good path set out too with the timing and shit.
Maybe.
I think he had like.
But
I'm gonna
I
go
would
here
be
and I'm gonna
going
do
home
this.
and hiding in my basement for 3 days,
Yeah, I know,
like I
that's-
did with the AK.
Because we were the idiot kids. We did go to the movie theater of the house. Like we went all the way down.
Yeah.
To where we turned off all the lights, made it look like we
Yeah.
weren't home doing
We've
nothing.
told that story before.
I know we've told that story before, but that's
We
why
don't
it's fun
need
to
a
bring it up for
retelling.
this. Well, because it was funny as fuck. I hope you people understand how fucking
It
funny
was funny. It was very.
You people. I've also established that every time I say you people, I almost always intend to insult you.
Yeah, well. So,
Are we going to wrap it up?
I think we're going to wrap it up.
Are we going to wrap it up? Can we do it with aluminum?
No.
Because this was our conspiracy theory episode?
We're using
Did the
lamb
aliens
skin.
kill JFK?
I
Lambskin.
think it was.
No,
I think it was the aliens.
Can we use tiger intestine?
It was
That
the
sounds
aliens.
a lot. The
Ooh,
aliens.
that
did it.
sounds exotic.
You know what I want?
Tiger intestine.
Tiger
Condoms.
intestine condoms. I think they existed.
yeah.
Don't quote me. Don't quote me.
You
Don't
know
Google
what? It's a
that.
fact. Don't look it up.
I bet they're expensive.
Oh, I'm sure.
You want like a $45 condom? I think in our youth. we were-
45? You think it's only going to
Oh,
be $45?
I don't know. I mean, it depends. Maybe there's import fees. Who knows?
So, like, I would like
It doesn't
have
sound
to use,
ethical, so.
like a baby tiger condom.
Ooh, a baby tiger condom. Like, you
Yeah.
could just put the whole baby tiger on.
Oh.
That sounds cultish.
That
Cultish.
sounds gross.
That sounds like something that could end up being a conspiracy theory for Guns and Gory. Do we want to talk
no,
about how Mark
no.
fucks baby tigers?
I don't fuck
Only
baby.
female
I
female
don't-
ones.
I don't fuck any animals. Thank
Just
you.
baby tigers.
I don't even think I've ever met a
He
tiger
gets them
in
to
real
sign
life.
a consent form too.
I've seen.
He gets to. There's no grapery going
zoos.
on. There's no.
I'm
grape-
really nervous about this. All right, so we got a Patreon. You can join it.
You
It'd
can
be
join
cool.
it. You should. Here's the deal,
It helps
folks.
support us. Let
It
us
does.
do this more, I guess.
More.
Continue doing it.
Don't go thinking that we're gonna be, billionaires from this. Maybe millionaires though.
Nah,
we're
man.
almost we're halfway there.
We
right?
have like 4 listeners. 4.
4
maybe
million
5.
listeners. Yeah, we just add 6 zeros. in
Yeah,
there.
yeah. You know what? That's a fact. Don't look it up.
Don't look it up.
Um,
Guns
Yeah,
and Gory
so-
trades. We're open to trade.
Oh, yeah,
There's one
yeah.
share. We will sell all of this shit to you for a whole $1.5 million.
yeah, he's retarded. So, anyways,
I'm not retarded.
$2 is
was
basic access to our
Basic.
basic.
Basic
It is.
bitch.
It's you get early episodes. Extra content. We're gonna put some videos up there. I think I might have actually put a video up there. We have an extra episode up on there.
We might
for
be
that.
doing like some photos too.
Yeah, we're gonna be adding some photos soon.
We might be able to film some stuff. We're gonna have an outing here soon.
Yeah, maybe.
We're gonna go do some bitch work.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know how to do work. So
Let's just get in the car,
$5 you get stickers, you get all that extra stuff. $10 you get a letter, stickers. You know, we make.
And the stickers are going to be custom shit, and they're going to look like a 5-year-old did them.
Yes.
I'm not using crayon for each one or anything like that. There is going to be some humor to them.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably not going to want to put them on your bumper, but boy, oh boy, they're going to be funny.
I'm
they're
going to put
not going
one.
to be work safe.
One of the ones we're getting them like tomorrow.
Oh yeah, our promotional stickers.
I'm gonna put them on my window.
There's going to be.
There's dicks on them.
There's going to be dicks on them.
There are dicks on
them.
them.
There are dicks on them.
Not going to be. There are dicks.
But they're listen.
Coming dicks onto our QR
Hold on,
code.
but it's an exciting moment because all of these stickers are in one way, shape, or form holographic. Correct, Mark?
Yes, they are.
So they're all.
It's
They're
like
all
Pokemon
just
cards.
as fucking cool as that Charizard you didn't get when you were a kid. But
I
you
never
lie to
got.
people and tell people you
I
have. Not
didn't.
you.
I didn't. Yeah.
Not you. I'm talking to whoever's listening and did that shit.
You did that, didn't you?
I didn't do that shit. I had the
You
second.
dirty little-
I am.
You dirty little liar.
You dirty little fucks. I had a Shadowless. I'll box what's his name for his Charizard. Yeah, he'd whoop your ass. That'd be great.
I didn't
Not
collect
you.
Pokemon cards.
I know you didn't. You do not strike any fucking buddy ever as a Pokemon card.
I collected basketball cards. I
You
actually
did? That's
have,
a little weird.
like
that
some old
sounds
Jordan
just as
cards
fucking
and
fake
stuff.
as that was the
Right?
Patsy.
I know my dad was into it. So
Okay, that's okay. Oh, that's cool. All right, I'll buy it there. See, you got me there. If you wouldn't have said if you had said anything else, you'd be like, me and Micah, we had this awesome basketball.
I collected Star Wars.
I was obsessed
toys.
with that, and then I shot Micah. I had tried to assassinate him,
on,
Dead
man.
Kennedy style. Oh, did you think that I wasn't going to bring that up?
Not yet.
Mark has JFK'd the shit out of poor Micah.
It's not like that at all.
It's not like that at all. I make it sound way worse, but I love
it's
making Mark feel
not.
guilty for it.
All right.
Just
well, anyways.
in case your mother.
Well,
That
anyways,
message
this is
for your
Mark.
mother. And this is Nick.
And this is the
Guns and Gory podcast. Thanks for listening, guys. Goodbye.
Please help. Please.
Please send help.
Please help.
Send it.
I
Send
hate
it.
this motherfucker.
He needs it.
Well, hello. This is Z, and you guys have been listening to the Guns and Gory podcast. Written and produced by Mark Hodge and Nick Parrish. Audio engineering by Mark Hodge. Recorded in Fat Boy Studios via Sir Nicky's Love Castle. Media manager is me, Z. We'd like to thank all of our friends and family for the amazing support and all of you awesome people listening in. Please join our Patreon for fun extras and behind the scenes with the guys. You can find us at patreon.com/gunsandgory. That is guns, ANDGORY. You can also find us on the Facebook, Instagram, and the YouTube at Guns and Gory. Thank you so much for listening, and please comment, like, share, subscribe, have a few carrier pigeons. We'll take them all.